Badger Mountain Challenge. This event, which takes place east of the Cascades in Richland, Washington, offers everything from a 15K all the way up to 100 miles. A unique thing about this race is that no trees grow in the area, so runners are able to see for miles around. Having no trees on the course means the hills and ridges are exposed and often impacted by wind and harsh weather. The elements, deceptively hard climbs, and long stretches of road really put the challenge into the Badger Mountain Challenge. This year, I'll be participating in the 50K event, which will mark my 5th Ultramarathon. The 50K out and back is actually more like a 55K this year, coming in at 34.5 miles with around 5,000 feet of gain. Runners are given 8.5 hours to complete this course. I'll be joined by my girlfriend who's participating in the 15K. We'll drive the 4 hours to Richland, Washington on Friday, grab our bibs at the packet pickup, and then wake up around 5 a.m. on Saturday so we can make the start of the race at 7 a.m.
Was here for 50K? 50? Last name? First one?
Alright, so we made it to the hotel room after driving about 4 hours to Richland here for the race. And I figured I'd lay out my equipment and talk about it for a bit. So let's just jump right in. All the stuff over here is stuff that we got from kind of the goodie bag when we went to do the packet pickup. So we got a bunch of coupons and junk, issue a Trail Runner magazine, which I've never read before, but looks interesting. I got my bib with some bobby pins and stuff. And then I got this shirt, which is way too big and feels pretty horrible. Some cotton polyester blend. But it's a cool logo, and it was pretty cheap, so that's neat. As far as the rest of this stuff, this is all what I'm going to be using for race day. So let's start from the bottom to the top. First things first, shoes. Bringing my Ultra Temps. These are the same ones I've been training in for a while, so I'm pretty comfortable in these. They should do pretty good. The trails are going to be pretty dusty and maybe a little bit muddy if there's some moisture in the morning, but overall I think these should hold up pretty well. I'm going to be using my Ultra Gators on these babies as well. Really sandy on the course apparently, sandy and dusty, so that should keep most of that stuff out of my shoes. On my feet I'm going to be using these Injinji kind of knee-high calf socks. They got the toes. These have helped me with calf cramping in the past, and hopefully, I don't know if that's just me or what, but it seems to work. So moving up to what I'm wearing for my pants, I'm going to be wearing these Brooks shorts. I think they're the 5-inch, some racer model. Just some black boys, are pretty good. I like them. For my shirt, I'm just going to be using this New Balance shirt that I've had for a long time. Got it from a race a couple of years ago that I really like. Nice lightweight racing shirt. Quick drying and everything. Good shirt. For my hands, I got some Saucony gloves that are pretty lightweight for the morning mostly. And moving on up, I've got a buff that I'll be using probably around my head, maybe around my mouth, maybe on my neck, depending on the weather. We'll see how it goes. Territory Runco, good shit. Got my Pepper sunglasses. These babies are great. Then on top of my head, got my Territory Runco trucker that I'll be using. Depending on the weather, I'll also be using this really lightweight Nike kind of windbreaker type coat that can also be packed up into itself. So I like racing with this, it's good to have. For nutrition and water, I'm going to be carrying a 500 milliliter soft flask on me, and then a 1.5 liter bladder that I'll have in the back of my pack. Which, speaking of my pack, it's the old model of the Salomon. I think it's like the S-Lab 5 liter or something, but this vest is by far and away the best vest I've ever had. And anyone who's in the market for a vest, if you can still get your hands on one of these bad boys, I would do it, because I think this is the best vest Solomon's put out and the best vest anyone's put out. We've got some spring nutrition, some canterbury or strawberry flavor, and then the punch flavor, which I've been training with. I really hate goos, and to me these things work pretty well, and I can stomach them a lot easier than goos. So I don't know if I'll eat all of them, but I think there's about 800 calories between all this stuff here, which, 6 to 8 hour race should be fine for me, along with what I'm going to be eating at aid stations and stuff, so we should be good there. I'm also bringing some Tailwind that I'm going to put in the soft flask. And then electronics wise, I'm going to bring a GoPro, and I may film some stuff on the course. I may not, depending on how many people are around me and stuff. I don't like interrupting people's races with me filming, so we'll see how that goes. Bring my cell phone for music and podcasts and stuff like that, some headphones, and then I'll also probably bring this little baby squirrel's nut butter for anti-chafe. I haven't actually used squirrel's nut butter in a long race, so long to me being a 50K. So I've only used it on training runs, but it's been good so far. I've mostly used 2 toms in the past, so it'll be interesting to see how that holds up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm pretty much ready to go, and I'm excited for race day. All right, it's race morning, 6:28, race starts at 7. Kind of running a little late, but I think we're ready to go. Also got my Garmin 935, forgot to mention that last night, but be using that today. Got my vest all packed up with all my goodies and everything, and yeah, let's see how it goes. See you out there. Top of the first climb, almost 1,000 feet, 2 miles. Quick little check-in. Skip the first aid station because it's pretty early, 4.7 miles, 945 feet of gain. Picked up a lot of ground on the downhills, feeling good, and the race is awesome so far. On sagebrush. We're just over there. Now we're going up this. Here's the top. Out of the tunnel. All right, guys. I just hit the aid station, mile 10. Well stocked, super nice dudes there. Like I said, just hit mile 10. A lot of road running, but it's kind of cool to get to run next to these vineyards, minus the smell of manure, which is pretty overpowering. I've seen a lot of 100-milers come by. That is crazy that they're doing that, and yeah, keep on trucking. Pass them up. this race is starting to get tough. I just hit the turnaround mark, which was like 17 and a half about, just a little bit before that actually. And so yeah, so far I haven't hit any real lows, but oh man, I know they're coming. Man, a lot of as you can see, we got a lot of Jeep roads and not the funnest stuff to run on. There's a lot of rocks and dust, getting a little hard to breathe. And yeah, I know the second half is going to be a bit of a death march, I think, towards the end, but we'll see. Got another 2,500 feet climbing over 17 and a half miles, so time to keep on keeping on. Alright guys, I was hoping I wouldn't have to make this video today, but the low point, or hopefully this is the lowest point it gets to, but yeah, I hit a definite low. Not feeling too good. Legs are really hurting now. My quads are kind of gone from really cruising down those downhills in the start, which I kind of figured would come back to haunt me, and it has. So yeah, my quads are pretty shot, which is making running pretty not great. And we got road coming up, which is going to be fun. Psych. So hey, at least the weather's awesome. Alright guys, final check in here at the almost 32 mile mark, and got a little bit of life left in me. Hopefully I can finish strong and run downhills here. And yeah, it has been a bit of a death march, but you know, that's what ultra running's about. You gotta pull through that stuff and, you know, make that finish line to get some pizza and beer. I don't drink, but whatever. Alright, see you guys at the finish.